started my initial journey on a plant-based diet back in the fall of 2019. So this is literally like right before COVID hit. And off the rip, I want to let y'all know I did not make these lifestyle changes due to the inhumane mistreatment of animals, which I do think is horrendous, bro. It is terrible how they mistreat animals. But it was more along the lines of achieving better health. I experienced early on in life signs of not the best health growing up. And these are things that I never really just addressed like that. For one, it's like when you raised a certain way and live like a certain lifestyle, that's really all you know. I was raised like many other black kids who grew up in the South, grew up in poverty, single parent household. Grandma primarily played a hand in raising me. Very much that common upbringing, right? Very active during my childhood as I played a lot of sports growing up. How I grew up, dude, like we would literally like be outside all day, literally like from the sun up to sundown. Like we just outside, like just in the sun, bro, like just active. We hooping, we playing football, we riding bikes, we playing hide and go seek. Man, we just outside just kicking it all day. That's when I can honestly say, man, life was really great. I ain't had no bills, I ain't have to pay for no food. Boy, life was good. And of course, growing up in the South, man, you a black kid, soul food was the staple diet. And to simply explain what soul food is for those of y'all who don't know, bro, just think of anything. Fruits, vegetables, meat, all those things. Think about all that stuff being fried. Either fried or cooked with oil. That's literally what soul food is, bro. Everything cooked with meat. Everything got oil, butter, man, some type of meat in it, bro. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Or it's fried. Everything. Think of everything being just fatty. That's exactly what a soul food diet is. Anyways, bro, I don't want to harp on that too much because that's not the point of the story. I was a kid that grew up with, you know, some of the common health issues. Asthma, allergies. I probably needed glasses. My vision kind of, you know, was getting blurred. Everybody don't deal with vision issues growing up or kids, but I mean, I just come from a family that, you know, it's like everybody wore glasses in the family, bro, and that's just what it was. Like I said, I developed asthma. If I can remember correctly, bro, I think I developed asthma maybe like in the 3rd or 4th grade. I remember the day it happened, bro. I was literally in class taking a test, man. For some reason throughout the test, bro, I started to become like lethargic, bro. I couldn't think right. My breathing was kind of off. The teacher, you know, like when you younger, bro, when you in a class, teachers walking around the classroom to make sure, of course, students not cheating, making sure, you know, if students have questions, they answer them in a quiet manner. In this situation, you know, the teacher walking around, she see me not really like locked in on the test. She looked like something's bothering me. And she asked me what's wrong, and I told her like I really couldn't breathe. And boom, immediately my teacher called my mama. Mama came up to the school, scooped me up, and she immediately rushed me to the cardiologist. So she rushed me to the doctor's office, and immediately the doctors ran tests on me and eventually told me that I was diagnosed with asthma. He also said like I had a small hole in my heart, which is commonly known, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, they call those things like heart murmurs. And he ensured to me and my mom that, you know, the heart murmur was a normal thing and that I was gonna be fine. Prescribed me my asthma medication like an inhaler and the big machine thing with the, you know, all of the packages. That it's the big asthma inhaler machine. You know, that's what we had back then. He sent us on our way after that. Like I said earlier, I also developed like vision issues. If I remember it correctly, bro, I think I got a pair of glasses that same year I was diagnosed with asthma. When I tell y'all, bro, like everybody in my family wear glasses, dude. And when I say, man, I got them, I hated them like immediately. Like, dude, I think it made me feel like I was a nerd. Which now I don't look at being a nerd as a bad thing, but back then, you know, when you young, man, you think of nerds as just nerdy, and I didn't feel like I was a nerdy type of guy. So, you know, typically nerdy type of guys wear glasses, so hey, I ain't want to be in that category. I didn't really see none of the cool kids wearing glasses, so I just thought to myself, bro, I'm a cool kid, bro. Cool kids don't wear glasses, so I'm not gonna wear them. So I think like the first week or so, I took my glasses to school, but I never wore them. Or I would wear them only when I needed to read something. And that's just what it was, bro. I do think that early on, man, I just knew glasses just was not a normal thing to be having. Like, why do we wear glasses? But being a young kid who was faced with these childhood imperfections, bro, I just honestly wanted to be a child, bro. I just wanted to be normal. You know what I mean? Later on in life, like in my early 20s, I started to experience other health issues. To be completely transparent with y'all, I started to experience erectile dysfunction. And for those of y'all who don't know what erectile dysfunction is, it's pretty much when, simply put, you just can't get it up when you want to get it up during sexual activity. Now, I know this topic is kind of like taboo and some people may feel uncomfortable with hearing these things, but bro, this is a real thing and these things do happen. And yeah, man, if you one of those people who feel like you just can't hear it, bro, I suggest that you just stop watching the video right now. I'm not really gonna go with too much in depth, but like if you one of them people, bro, please click off the video, bro, because I don't want you feeling no type of way about nothing that I say. Hands down, probably the most demoralizing things and feelings as a man, to know that, man, when you around a young lady and you can't really get it up, like it's like, God dang, you can't perform like a young, active person. So without me going into deep detail about that, man, it happened to me a few times. That's when I made the mental shift, like, bro, for one, something is wrong, and two, something gotta change. And that's around the time when I started to like look up and do research on how to maintain solid erections, right? What foods can I eat to fix erectile dysfunction? What can I do to increase like my blood flow down there, bro? Cause I know, bro, this ain't normal. And the information that came up really surprised me. It was really all plant foods that showed up in the search results. Watermelon, beets, cayenne pepper, green leafy vegetables, nuts and seeds like pumpkin seeds, walnuts. When I saw that, boy, ooh, I knew I had to immediately incorporate all that stuff into my diet. So when I started incorporating those foods, I did start to see improvement, but even then I still didn't fully make the transition just yet. I was still kind of stuck eating the same foods that I was eating before that was pretty much causing a problem that I didn't know. I think for me, I never really correlated the food that I was eating with the problems that I was having. Anyway, enough of that. If y'all want to hear about my past ED problems and how I fixed them, hit this video to 30 likes and, you know, I can talk about it. Maybe not in depth, but I can talk about it a little bit more to help young guys out there who may have experienced the same issues that I was experiencing, bro. Because, bro, it is a real thing. And glad that I was able to overcome it for sure. So boom, fast forward, I'm plant-based now. I started off real good. I'm drinking my smoothies and I'm starting to incorporate and learn how to make my salads. Even at this time, bro, I'm still like kind of like in my beginning stages. So I'm really kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, bro. At the time, like I'm living with my grandma and you know how it is. Like I said before, bro, soul food, pretty much soon as you walk through the door. And yeah, man, it's kind of hard, bro, being around things that you trying to get away from, and you know, being in that environment, man, you trying to get away from, bro, it's tough, you know, especially if the food good. It's like, God, dog, like I'm trying to get away from it, but it can't seem like it's calling my name. So I would say it was easy for me to revert back to my old ways at times, for sure. Truth be told, looking back on it, bro, I really didn't lock in with the plant-based diet until I moved out and I bought my house and things like that, where I can really just lock in on fruits and vegetables and solely focusing on my lifestyle. Like, yeah, definitely when I moved out. But even then, it's still kind of tough for me, bro, because you gotta think, bro, I'm still pretty much new to the journey. Definitely a whole lot better than when I first started, but still having a whole lot more work to do, bro. A whole lot more progress that I need to make. But at times I was still kind of swayed and may have been steered to eating the foods of the past. Sometimes, you know, but during this time I learned how to read food labels properly. I was learning about what's acceptable for me to eat and what's not. So 2020, I go through this like whole stretch of like personal care, which I would definitely say was probably my best year to date, man. I was focused solely on me. I ain't had no young lady in my life. I was literally living solely off me, bro. I was focused on me. I was in the gym, I was getting it. I'm learning all about fasting, juice cleanses, detoxes, raw foods. I'm learning about all the herbs. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man, I was on the road that year. Fast forward, it's July 2021. I end up meeting Mariah. We click instantly. I find out she vegan as well. She into athletics, she into fitness, like she into traveling. I'm like, damn. Like, this is a match made in heaven. So boom, maybe 8 months later, after I officially met her for the first time, we end up making it official. As I got to know her early on, I discovered that we pretty much came from two different ends of veganism, bro. She started off on more so of like the junk food side of veganism, and me, I started off on like a whole food, plant-based side of veganism. So I'm teaching her about the lifestyle that I had been living up until that point we met, and she teaching me how she had been living up until that point. To be honest with y'all, bro, Mariah actually put me on a vegan junk food, bro. I gotta call a spade a spade. Bro, I promise y'all, I had no idea vegan cookies, vegan cakes, candy, chips, all that stuff even existed before I met her. Like, bro, I had no idea none of that stuff existed, I promise you. So she ended up putting me on game about it, and bro, after that, man, I was hooked. The biggest thing for me at that time was comfort. I wanted stuff that kind of resembled what I was used to eating, but just more so of like a plant-based version of it. And she was the one who gave me access to that world, dude, I ain't gonna lie. She put me on to cooking more in depth and just how to prepare meals in general. She just put me on game, dude. Like I say, like honestly, dude, before we met, like I wasn't doing no cooking at all, like period. Told you, dude, like I was simply making smoothies and salads, that's it. All I was doing was literally cutting up vegetables, bro, and putting them, I wasn't doing no cooking, bro, period. I would say honestly, throughout the time of us being together, I discovered like a newfound love for food almost. It's like I literally became a foodie overnight. Anywhere we travel to, gotta have good food options, bro. You gotta have some type of good food options, bro. If not, we probably not gonna travel there. We travel to have a good time, but also to eat good food for sure. Throughout our time of being together, I've also like merged in like certain practices and things that I've learned and discovered throughout the time before we even met each other into what we have now, so we can really have the best of both worlds. Cleansing, fasting, eating cleaner, buying mainly organic produce, introducing herbs into our lifestyle. All that stuff is really sacred to me, so I wanted to introduce that to my woman, man, put my woman on game. Here's why I'm making the decision to go fully plant-based. Well, after Mariah and I would do those cleanses and fast, I would realize and notice throughout those cleanses that I would feel amazing, bro. And I always wonder, like, damn, like, why can't I feel like this all the time? And after the cleanse, we would literally just go back to how we were eating at first, just a regular vegan diet. We always had ate a plethora of plant foods, whole plant foods, but at the same time, we still ate processed foods in the process of that, literally. But we probably ate much better than the vegans out there who eat a diet solely based off junk food and processed food. But not by much though. Throughout the past 3 to 4 years, bro, I've lost some people that were really close to me due to health issues. I vividly remember my grandma's health decline over the years, bro. She went from cooking to driving, being able to take care of herself, being able to complete just human care. Normal care, normal things that you're supposed to do for yourself each and every day. I always had been independent, bro. My grandma had 9 kids, bro. She always did for herself. But I seen her transition from that to not cooking, not driving, not being able to take care of herself on her own. Literally like within the span of like 7 years. I watched a really good friend of mine, somebody I considered like family to me, pass away from throat cancer like 2.5 years into us knowing each other. Right before he passed, Mariah and I ended up meeting with him. This during the time like he was going through chemo treatment and all that type of stuff. He had pretty much told us that, you know, they had got rid of the cancer and that he was good and he was finna start back working. And I ended up asking him, I said, John, what advice would you give to Mariah and I for us not to, you know, have to end up in a predicament such as this one? And at that time, he couldn't talk at all. He had one of those things in his throat, and he just pointed at me. He pointed at both of us, pretty much saying that, you know, y'all the example. Just keep on doing what y'all doing. He told me that, and my spirit just, like, it just lit up. We hugged, and he thanked us for, like, bringing him cold pressed juice because he couldn't eat solid food at the time. Like I said before, he had, like, something in his throat. Course, like for the cancer thing, and just thinking about it, we hugged for a second. Who would have thought that would have been my last time seeing John? He ended up passing a few weeks later. The advice that John gave me that day, you know, even though he really didn't say much, it was something that kind of like I already knew, but he confirmed it. You know, it made me like just reconsider what I was doing, because I knew like at that time, like even me, I wasn't putting my all into my health. It just kind of like in a way like made me feel ashamed. Like you don't even know, like man, I'm not even living the best and healthiest life that I can possibly be living, and I'm not even living up to the lifestyle that you thinking I'm living. But when he died, it really caught all of us off guard, because you know, in my mind, I'm thinking that, you know, everything is gonna be good. He told us that he gets another chance. He gets a chance to get his life back, to start working again. And, you know, a few weeks later, he passed. It's like, damn, I just talked to you, dude. When he passed, it's like it struck a nerve in my spirit, bro. It's like something that didn't even hit me when my grandma passed. Like, I don't know, it was a different feeling. John loved and believed in me so much, bro, and he absolutely wanted the best for the both of us. And from that day forward, I knew that this was gonna be the decision that was gonna be the ultimate decision that I make in the end. So this decision is not solely based off of my own choice and desire to be healthy, but it's because this is what John would have wanted for me. Going through what John went through, he never wanted anybody to have to experience what he had went through. And you know, when I asked him that question, that's pretty much what he confirmed to me. Like he never wanted us to, you know, have to experience that. And you know, yeah, this decision is more inspired by my Uncle John and his desire for me to live a prosperous and successful life, for me to be as strong and healthy as I possibly can, so I wouldn't deal and have to endure through all the pain and suffering that he had to go through. Riding along with all the spirits of all my other close relatives who may have passed due to preventable health issues. Anyway guys, man, this is my story, and I know everybody got one. I just pray that God continues to shed his light on me and my family and my future. I just pray that he continues to guide my path, on my path to health and discovery. Hopefully you found this video entertaining. I hope you found it impactful and inspiring. I hope that it motivates you to make a change, you know, just like I have. Don't know what may be your why or your reasoning behind doing what you do, but I hope you know that it's a long-lasting reason why you're doing what you're doing, because if you don't have one, you know, you're not going to be able to stick with anything. So you got to have something that bounds you to those decisions, those life-changing decisions that you may have to ultimately make. I just want y'all to continue to just follow me on my journey, man. Got a lot more in store, and yeah, man, I just want to continue to be able to teach and help and inspire those, you know, my peers, those people among me, to just be better, man. You know, just to live better lives, healthy lives, just to get on the right track, bro. Because, you know, none of us are perfect, man. We got so much more work to do, even me. Got a lot more to learn, a lot more to do, you know. So I'm just grateful I can be in this position to be able to help people and help others. Just do the right thing. I just want to keep on growing and keep on learning, bro. That's it. All that being said, I love y'all, bro, and I'll see y'all, bro. Holla at y'all.